Okay, at the time of recording, it is Friday the 20th of October, and tomorrow is CitizenCon. Now, it is the first CitizenCon we have had live at an arena on stage since COVID, so it's quite a big deal, and there is so much going on that I want to talk about it here today. Now, I'm going to go through the things that we are 100% sure are going to take place at the event, and I'm also going to touch on speculation and guesses of what else we might see. I also want to add that when I was planning this video, 3.21 wasn't out yet, but it dropped today. It dropped this morning for us in the UK, and it looks incredible. I haven't had a chance to play it. I had to go to work as soon as it drops, frustratingly, but I can't wait to get my hands on it tonight and tomorrow and really get used to that A1. I'm so excited. So let's talk about CitizenCon. Now, first of all, we have to touch on the fact that there was a floor plan that was either leaked or released. We're not quite sure. I think it was a bit of both. And on that floor plan, it said, "Welcome to Pyro." Now, looking at the floor plan, it kind of looks like it could potentially be loads of PC setups, meaning that maybe, just maybe, this could be a little playtest area for people at the convention to go and get their hands on Pyro. So the people attending the event could be the first people to get their little mittens on Pyro, and I'm so jealous I'm not in LA for this. So let's take a look at the schedule and look at what's going to be taking place at CitizenCon and what they're going to be talking about and what I think this could mean for the future of Star Citizen. Now, first of all, they talk about Star Engine updates. Now, Star Engine is essentially a very heavily modified version of CryEngine, which is the engine that Star Citizen was initially built on, like 10, 11 years ago. So needless to say, this engine definitely needs some upgrades and some modernization, which brings me to Vulkan. Now, we know that Vulkan has been spoken about before. We know they want to implement this into Star Citizen to increase performance and to make it more stable. Not to mention that they want to put Squadron 42 onto consoles, so they're definitely going to need Vulkan support to make that possible. So I'm guessing that this update about Star Engine is going to be the future of maybe Vulkan being implemented and how they're going to increase performance so that A, we can get better performance on the PU, and B, Squadron 42 can be released on all platforms as intended. Next up, we have new UI updates, and let me tell you something. Come here. If this means that they are updating the star map, please say that this is updating the star map. I cannot for one more second live with the star map that's in Star Citizen. So I pray that A, it's an updated star map, and B, it's the updated Mobiglass that they've been speaking about for a while now, which will include you being able to call your ship and it will fly itself to you and pick you up. That would be really cool. Moving on, we then have the resource management system and the multi-crew aspects coming into the game. That means that we will have things like engineering roles becoming more of a useful role on your multi-crew ship. So that will mean that your components such as your shield generator, your coolers, all these things will be able to be removed and changed from other ships you find in the verse. So you can soft def someone, loot their components out, put them in your ship if they're compatible in the same size, or maybe you can even trade with someone else. The possibilities are endless. You can drop and change as you please. This will be huge and actually give engineers something to do on the ship, and I'm really excited for that because it means that we'll have another role rather than just a turret gunner and a pilot, which is kind of what we have now. Now, as I mentioned, 3.21 has just dropped. There's loads of stuff in there. I'm not going to talk about it in this video purely because it's out, so this is not going to be predictions. We know what's in 3.21 because it's in our hands. That being said, there are a few things that did not come with the patch that were tentative on the roadmap, and I want to talk about them really quickly because I think they could still come at CitizenCon. Namely, the extra vehicles that didn't quite make it, such as the Tumbril Storm, which is the new tank that's been a long time coming. We sort of got wind of that halfway through development, so it's kind of odd that it hasn't made it. I personally think that they might be bringing back that big Theatres of War game mode that they've been talking about bringing back for a little while, and maybe they're going to announce that at CitizenCon and have the Tumbril Storm in that announcement. So that's why I think maybe that hasn't dropped with 3.21. Moving on, we've then got the Argo SRV, which of course is the Star Citizen tugboat. It means that we can use tractor beams and pull other ships from wreckages to soft defs, so all sorts of things to be repaired or just to be salvaged by your buddies if you've got loads of vultures swinging around. So I kind of think that is a really important ship to be added to the game, but I suppose that ties in quite nicely with the fact that the tractor beams, the ship tractor beams, also didn't quite make it in, and the SRV and the tractor beams are kind of they come as one. So I do think that we'll see them come at the same time, and maybe they just didn't quite make it in, which is a shame, but we should see them in the next month or two. I'm not going to touch on the replication layer and server meshing because obviously that didn't make it in, and that goes without saying. I don't think we're going to have server meshing for quite a long time still. It is new tech that they're basically building from scratch themselves. Next year. That's a next year thing in my opinion, so let's not even talk about that. Which brings us nicely to the end, which is speculation and theories about what else could be happening. Now, there is a gap. There is about a 3-hour gap in the schedule that has been left purposely blank, and we don't know what's going to be in that gap. Now, it could be one of two things, in my opinion. It's either going to be the announcement of the Welcome to Pyro section, and it will be like an open forum, and basically they'll say, you've got 3 hours until the convention centre closes, go and have fun with Pyro. And that could be part of it, and people line up in queue like a normal gaming convention. Or the flip side, it will be a big announcement, such as a new Squadron 42 update, potentially a release date of next year, a Bounty Hunting 2.0 showcase. We know that Bounty Hunting 2.0 has been on the way for a while now, and we know that they've kind of shifted around the space stations to prepare for Bounty Hunting 2.0, bringing bounties in alive and the cryo chambers and all sorts. So that could be on its way, and that could be announced in that section. Or it could be related to the jump points that we saw come with 3.20, which is obviously Pyro, which we know about, but also Terra, which is where Earth and Mars and that is, the solar system, and Magda. Now, it could be that they're going to release all three at once. That could be the bombshell. They could be, you knew Pyro is coming, but guess what? We've been busy. Because a lot of these star systems have to have been built, right? If you think about it, Squadron 42 is going to be set across multiple star systems. They must have built these to some kind of aspect, or at least I think it is, right? At least I assume it is, I should say. That surely they've built other star systems that they could just drag over to the PU. So what's not to say that Magda, Terra and Pyro will come all at the same time? The jump points have all been put in at the same time. Anyway, of course this is speculation. It could be anything. All that I know is that I will be live on Saturday for the event. We're going to be reacting and watching it together. We're going to grab some beers and we're going to grab some pizza, and we're just going to chill out, watch it together, chat and get hyped up and excited. So if you want to be part of that, please come on through. It'll be on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. If you think I've missed anything, please go ahead, leave a comment down below on things that you think we might see at CitizenCon this weekend. If this video gets 50 thumbs up or more, we will look at doing a new ship giveaway next month, but I won't say which ship it is yet. We'll have to see if we get those 50 likes. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today. As I said, let me know down below. What do you think? I've been GFA. You've been fantastic. I'll see you in the verse. Peace.